What is up, guys? In this video, I'm about to share a crazy case study. It's basically a breakdown on how we went from 4,500 euros per month for a client to over 79,000 euro per month in less than 30 days. Yep, you heard it right, in less than 30 days. Just by simply utilizing what they already had. There's an increase of 1,300% in email revenue, and obviously there are some golden nuggets that you can use for your store. So make sure to stick till the end. So let's deep dive into this account. As you can see that there was a crazy uplift when it comes to their email marketing. And obviously you can see that they haven't been doing that much at all. Like their flows were doing like 4,000, but they were just running there. In September, they maybe sent one campaign out that did 2K. But what actually happened in November? That we made 46,000 in campaign revenue and also 30,000 through the flow revenue. What actually changed? And what changed that we can even keep this up during December with 19,000, almost 20,000 in campaign revenue and 33,000 when it comes to the flow revenue. That's about what I'm going to share, especially if you can see and take a look at the numbers and see and take a look at the total campaign recipients. You see that there's a clear jump when it comes to revenue as well as what has been done on the account. So what actually happened that we can increase an account by 1,302%? Because obviously this is not an everyday case study. Like if your store is doing 5K, we cannot do a single thing to generate those numbers. What we can do is use the entire email list that you already have, or if you're not doing anything at all, this is quite easier. But if you already have a list and you're not really fully utilizing that, that's exactly what we are specialized in. So we have brands that already do something on the front end. They have a path when it comes to generating additional revenue, and then we jump in and come in and adjust the entire strategy to make those crazy, insane numbers. So here you can see a 1,302% increase in email revenue from 3.4 to 33% in less than 30 days. Like you can see here, in October we didn't start, and in November, from November 4th till December 4th, we did 80,000. You can clearly see the difference in terms of overall revenue as well. So it's not just, we attributed some revenue now that we didn't attribute to emails before. So we generated over 79K in additional revenue for this brand in the gift decoration niche. This is very important because, obviously in Q4, this is kind of where all the gifts and stuff, they start, with Christmas and stuff. And all of that, all of these numbers, we did that in less than 31 days after onboarding. This is really important after onboarding. In this document, I'm breaking down the exact strategy of how we've been able to get those results without them having to lift a finger. I'm going to cover how to revive a dead list because, to be honest, of course there were some, they had an entire buyer list, but they haven't done anything at all for 4-5 years. This is really, really, really hard to pull off when it comes to like dead lists. So what did we do and which flows did we focus on and how to prioritize your growth plan if you're starting basically with zero when it comes to email marketing, but you have such an extensive history when it comes to the account in general. So I'm basically breaking down the flows we focused at, the pop-up offer and the optimization, the campaign strategy, and especially really, really important, the deliverability protocol. Because what you can and should probably not do is just blast out to the entire list. So let's start. So what happened before working with e-commerce? They provide personal gifts and personalized decorations for your home. They started their business in 2019, and especially during the pandemic, they were wildly successful on ads, causing them to pretty much not look into any other area of growth. After realizing things got a bit more competitive and stagnating over longer than necessary, they wanted to start looking into other areas of growth. So what happened is we hopped on a call, we got a better understanding of the history of the account, we went through some questions, and then we proceeded further with an audit. In the audit stage, we basically took a look at the entire account. Most brands, they do not really know what kind of emails are live right now, whether the flows are properly set up, which segments they are using, what campaigns have been sent in the last 90 days, nor how their standard reputation is. Like, this is really important. Like, brands have absolutely no idea because, quite frankly, I don't blame them. Like, they have so much stuff to do. Like, logistics, cash flow, team, ads, the last thing you want to look into is like this boring Klaviyo, but blurred. That's what we provided the brand with. After the audit, it was clear to the brand, that we know our stuff and we are the right partner for the challenge. The reason I'm choosing the word challenge is because the account had as much opportunity for growth as it could completely get ruined by the wrong strategy. You will understand why in a second. As mentioned, they've been running their business for a while. 4 years in total, so they acquired an email list of over 200,000 people on it with 170,000 being purchasers. That sounds great, right? But they haven't done any email marketing for, first of all, almost a year. And in the entire year of 2023, They sent 3 to 4 emails, and our goal was to completely turn this list into a profit machine in less than 30 days, since Black Friday, Cyber Monday was up and out, and the holiday season being one of their main seasons. So that's quite tricky. Like, we do not have any room for error here. So imagine sending a list blast to such a huge list that never got an email for that long. Boom, unsubscribe, spam rates, bounces, astronomically high, crazy things happens, and 2 to 3 cents later, without having any chance of returning back, you're landing in spam. Boom, done. Your entire Black Friday, Cyber Monday period would be ruined. If that wouldn't be enough, there's another leaky hole in the entire email strategy that we needed to fix there. And it's basically information-based. Without getting too technical, Klaviyo basically knows, okay, this email, blah, 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 is linked with this computer. If he looks at a product, the viewed product metrics is triggered, and therefore he now gets the browser development. But for this to take place, Klaviyo needs to know the link between computer and my email, some cookie-based stuff. Usually this happens when you actually browse and use some of the emails. Key events will be tracked while getting these links. The link is, for example, during problem forms, during checkouts, and if people interact with the sent emails. So if you haven't sent any email at all, you do not have the combination, the interference, the interlink between this email list and this email and the computer. So we basically cannot do anything when it comes to the flows, to be honest, because Klaviyo correctly doesn't know who is who. So they cannot send even flows to those people. That's why an email marketing strategy is so important. Okay, enough intro. Let's actually go into the depth, into the nitty-gritty about the list revival. By now, you probably understand the challenge with a huge list that never got any love. Now, I will cover how to actually revive those lists and get them back without landing in spam. Really important, without landing in spam. It will require some deeper thinking and a little bit of technical knowledge. So let's jump into this. First of all, you need to get a better understanding of the situation overall. The first thing we did was to get a better understanding of the list situation. How many people bought once? How many people bought 2 times? How many bought 3 times or more? How many of the list are actually non-buyers? How many actually received an email overall, like in the total scheme of things? And how many received multiple but didn't interact? So this is why we created the following segments. The list clean 2, the list clean 1, you can see the segments here. Bounced email, dropped email, marked the spam, got more than 15 but never opened one. They placed order at least 3 times, 2 times, 1 time. They received an email at least once, because some people literally didn't even receive an email. And also we do have track record when it comes to their interaction with the site. And then basically just everyone that we can blast to, and people that at least opened 1 email, people who placed an order in the last 30 days, and people who never purchased. With that overview, now we know how many people got an email, we know how many people we got any information about, we know how many non-buyers and buyers we have, and who not to send to, which basically is the equivalent to the list clean segments. That's a great start. Our main goal till Black Friday and Cyber Monday, by the way, remember, we started around end of October, beginning of November, and we pretty much had like 25 days left till Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So our goal is to send at least 1 email to every buyer on the list. It sounds simple, but as mentioned, we cannot just blast to everyone. Our standard reputation is that of a small 5K list, and we're now having a 170K blast. This is not ideal, nowhere near. And if every email marketer will tell you the same, and if not, then they are totally wrong when it comes to their viewpoint. The reason why we choose this goal is to have data about the people and know we can send more emails to on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, because we want also to get those people into the flows and stuff, so we need some track record. So what we did is we picked a generic campaign angle, we split our buyer list into different samples, and then you basically, so what we did is we picked random samples in Klaviyo. You can select like, hey, split my list and pick 10,000 random people of that. And then we just basically sent to them. After seeing the results, we were quite confident to pull that on multiple cents per day. So we download the entire list, we manually split it up in equal segments that were not too big, and we manually uploaded those contacts and then scheduled each segment with this generic campaign for the next few days. So as you can see here, like, it's pretty much the same email campaign, but we just split it up between like different segments of the huge buyer list. As you can see here, samples, manual uploads. Each campaign was around 25 to 35% open rate. It's nowhere near ideal, but it's just, at the stage where it's manageable, since we sent without having any past data, and it's pretty much hit or miss. That's where we did not also schedule everything in advance. We basically sent every send, we took a look at the data, and then we proceeded further. After sending 1 or 2 sends to every little small segment, we now have built a proper engaged segment. That's the first goal. Now we send one last social proof campaign before the big Black Friday Cyber Monday stuff. And it had a 69% open rate. This is juicy. But reviewing all this is not all we did to get the results. We also took a look at the flows. The flows in general were quite a mess, to be honest. So we just pretty much revamped everything so that there's not that much to talk about. If you want to get some context, please make sure to check out some of my other videos. We basically did the entire setup for the welcome flow, the button checkout, the browser abandonment, the site abandonment, and especially the thank you sequence for people. And that's basically our entire flow strategy. So what is our conclusion after going through the flows, and especially the entire warm-up sequence when it comes to doing the list clean and stuff, is that in today's cutthroat e-commerce landscape, having the right partner can literally make or break your success, especially during Black Friday and Cyber Monday periods. And this partnership pretty much proved the importance of having a reliable and efficient collaborator. We pretty much saved them so much time and resources, and especially made them a of money, while igniting their growth even in the face of rising cost per acquisitions and cost per impressions. If you want the same success like them, jumping, I don't want to say that you will jump and have a 1,300% increase, but if you want to get some similar results and want to get a free audit, then make sure to schedule a call. We just have a super casual conversation, and then if I think I can help you all do the audit, you will have the audit entirely for free, and then we look further if it actually makes sense to partner up. Make sure to check out some of my other videos. Other than that, I wish you a wonderful rest of the day, and I hopefully see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Take care.